Hello everybody, GL1 here. Welcome to my online toy museum. And today we're going to talk about dinosaurs again, and specifically T-Rex, because there's been some changes. So this T-Rex here is from the latest Jurassic World movie, Dominion. And this is from the movie before that, Fallen Kingdom. And I want you to take a look at how things have changed. So if I close the mouth here, then you can see that Dominion is much bigger than Fallen Kingdom. And so this time what they upgraded is the thickness and size of the head and the size of the neck. So generally the face is the same. However, because the head has gotten thicker, the eyes are a little bit more forward, so it looks like it would have a little bit more stereoscopic vision. And it's just wider here, so you have a little bit more wrinkles, and you can see that just the muzzle is wider, but also the head is larger. So take a look at the head size, much bigger. And you can also see that in the neck. It has a much bigger neck to support a much larger head. So the idea is that this is the T-Rex from the original Jurassic Park movie 30 years ago, and he just kept growing and growing, which is probably the way it would be. And so he's just continued to get larger. The other thing that's bigger on this T-Rex is the feet are also different. So they changed the feet. So I want you to see, look at how the feet have more scaling, all right, on the Dominion one, which is the Thrash and Devour, which is this one, and this is Thrash and Throw, which never really worked that well. So the Thrash and Throw T-Rex was a little bit disappointing. One is it just can't bite hard enough. Actually, the Ankylosaurus is the best biting toy I've ever had, and I wish it bit that hard. But so this one, the way that it's designed is you have two buttons, and you push a button here, and it's supposed to grab something over here and then toss it. But it just doesn't bite hard enough, and the head doesn't spin enough to toss anything, and it doesn't hold on to anything long enough either. So, but the idea was ambitious, but it just doesn't really work. And then here's your thrashing, and so it can thrash the tail. Frightening, I know. All right, so that's Thrash and Throw, and from Jurassic World 2. And Jurassic World 3, all right, so you have Thrash and Devour. So you have, all right, so he has a hole. It's very noisy. You open him up, and you see you can put, it's a little, doesn't go all the way in, but he can devour some people and get them in there. And in order to thrash, you pull the tail, and that's stomping action. So he has stomping action, but he also turns his head so he can bite something and kind of grab onto it, and then he can shake it, you know, so he could bite something. Here, let's give him Scott Steiner. And bite Scott Steiner. It might be a little too heavy. You know what? Let's try this car. So we have a little car over here. Bites the car. And then he could shake it. All right, so there you go. And he has his little software code up here. You pull that out, and there you go. Now, his arms don't have any lateral articulation. Some of the T-Rexes do. But I think they were just, they're like, hey, we're giving you a bigger T-Rex, so don't whine. And he's got a little bit of lateral motion in his legs, and his feet turn. And he's just really big and impressive looking. So if you want to see him next to the Hammond Collection T-Rex, all right, so the Hammond Collection T-Rex thus far is the only T-Rex toy that I've found so far that has the proper head-to-body ratio. The head should be 1/8. So if the head is 5 feet, then the T-Rex would be 40 feet. And this has the head is 1/8 the size of the body because the tail is the right length. So this is longer than any of the other T-Rexes. Now the head is the same size as all the other large T-Rexes, so it's not as big is our big bull T-Rex here, which is a little bit older. And then you even have the real feel T-Rex that was in a recent episode, and you could see once again the head is much smaller, and lengthwise they're about the same length. So if we start, you can see, all right, kind of finishes, the tails kind of finish. Let me see what I can do with the camera here. And there we go. And so, all right, so we put them nose to nose, and you can see the tails. All right, so so the Thrash and Throw is longer, Thrash and Devour, sorry. But then if you put them next to the Hammond collection, I line up the noses, and there we go. Okay, so the Hammond collection tail is like about 2 inches longer, and the head is smaller, so that makes the proportions correct. And so there have been other T-Rex Jurassic Park and World toys in the past. Here's a little one, but you can see also that even, you know, it's on a smaller scale. It just doesn't have the width. You can see that the width of the head on the Jurassic World Dominion T-Rex is wider because the eyes, you know, the side of the eyes are wider. And then, you know, there's those other medium-sized T-Rexes, and they all have the more narrow snout as well. Okay, you can see that. And then this one here, so really most of the T-Rexes have the width of the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom width, Jurassic World 2. So here, you know, once again, you can see Dominion is the widest, and this is one of our one of my favorite T-Rexes, the one where you squeeze the tail, and he shakes, and the tongue is rubbery, and you can move it around, right? But anyway, so if you see this guy, he's on sale or clearance anywhere between, I've seen him, the $20 up to $30. Originally it was $50, and I didn't understand why he would be $50. What are we paying for this time? But now I see that he was much larger, you know, in some, you know, he's got the feet. Actually, oh yeah, I wanted to point out, the feet are the same feet as the Hammond Collection T-Rex. So, whereas the other T-Rexes do not have the Hammond Collection feet. So it's got the larger scaling here. But you'll also see, like, some of, let's see, any of these T-Rexes? Yeah, okay, so the real feel T-Rex has the lateral articulation in the arms. It's the only one that does. That's over here anyway, except for the Hammond Collection. That has all the articulation. But anyway, there you go. So you can rush out there and with confidence get yourself the biggest, baddest T-Rex. You know, if you need something to take on Giganotosaurus, or, you know, maybe not get stomped so easily by Dreadnoughtus. All right, so thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.